Student clients, welcome back to another edition of the NMS e-learning systems YouTube channel, brought to you by the DLA Guru.
Yeah, we were really geeked about this contract. Awesome award. Yeah.
Can you talk about it, or is this
Well, yeah,
too
I
much?
mean, it's still in development. it's being built now, so
Okay.
this is one where my engineering prowess kind of got involved with this, and we found a manufacturer to assist us with building these components. And it wasn't as we got traceability. We had to kind of go back and forth with the DLA a little bit. They negotiated with us, the pricing. Sometimes you'll come back and say, hey, we need the price to be this. Can you do this? So yeah, we can't do this, but we can do that. It was kind of one of those things. And then they issued the award. We were like, wow, we got the award. It's pretty cool. And then from there, you look to kind of, grow it beyond that, man. Like there's this, as one engineer to another, there's the whole, source approval request, the SAR. And we got like 1 minute for today's session. But,
Okay.
the more we talk shop, we'll start to kind of, share stories and things like that to hopefully inspire. But yeah, man, pretty cool contract. Yeah.
Okay. Congrats. I was just poking around. I was just like, oh, this must be the one. But let me ask.
Yeah. Okay, great. I got some viewers. I got a like that came in. All right, fantastic. It looks like you guys are finding me. The other live stream that I had to go down, and this one's back up again. And so this is a members only live stream. However, I'm opening it up to the public forum. Unfortunately, if you're not a member, you can't utilize the chat at this point at this time. All right, hey, Artemis, all right, I see you there. All right, fantastic. Thank you for joining us. Just to let you know, before I switch it over to the members only, and then I'll once it's in the members only section of this live stream, and then I'll put the link to invite all members over to our StreamYard. But I at least wanted to have the first 15 minutes of the live stream. Unfortunately, I've eaten up 7 minutes of the 15 minutes, but I wanted to have it open to the public just to give you guys who may be considering joining the CMCC members only section of my YouTube channel that you want to put it into real high consideration. Because this live stream event, we're going to be holding this bi-monthly. That's Saturday and Sundays, depending on my schedule. Typically, it's going to be on a Saturday. Every now and then, I may have to alter it and make it Sunday. It's a 2-hour live stream event where if you are a commander level member only, so I have like 3 membership tiers, and you have to be a commander level member in order to gain access to the live stream one-on-one classroom setting where we can talk about any DLA solicitations you're going after, talk about issues you may be having with vendor development, talk about financing, any topics that you guys may have that I may be able to shed some light. As you guys know, my name is Kiwi Hendricks. I am the DLA guru. I've been servicing the warfighter and the DLA for the past 20 plus years. So I have extensive experience in what not to do in order to be successful with the DLA. But of course, it's the federal government. So our company, it's a continuous learning process. So I'll never say, even though I kind of coined the name DLA Guru, and it's really just because of how long I've been doing this, that I feel I'm in a great position to shed some light in some of the areas that I've experienced as it relates to doing business with the world's largest customer, the Defense Logistics Agency. So again, looks like we have 4 viewers in the building. Fantastic. Again, we're struggle streaming. I had planned out and had a video that was, well, I guess a placeholder for today's live stream. And when I tried to connect and go live, somehow it crashed or something happened. So it has nothing to do with me. I didn't build the software. I'm just using it and trying to figure this guy out. But neither here nor there. So I got 5 viewers. All right, fantastic. And if you guys are members, as far as the viewers, make sure you send me a comment in the comment section that you are in the building, so I'll know how many members I got. I typically like to get at least 3 members in the building before I switch it over to the members only section of this, in order to make sure we have a quorum of folks that can really benefit from the one-on-one interaction with me on the live stream StreamYard side of it. members only closed circuit for commander level members only. So it looks like we have Artemis in the building. Fantastic, you made it. Also, what I'd like to do real quick here, let me move this over to this screen because I keep turning my head left and right. I have something that I wanted to introduce to those of you who may not be members, but if you want to join my newsletter, all right, I'm dropping this in the chat. There's a link that you can join my newsletter where I send out fantastic articles about DLA, government contracting in general, and by registering and joining the listserv, the email listserv, you'll also be able to download my free ebook, which is entitled "The DLA Need to Know Guide," and it's a written, I think it's like five or 6 pages or something of this book that I wrote that gives you some of the high level pointers that I recommend you consider if you are new to the DLA, a new vendor, and you're just trying to get some hacks and, what is the DLA? Like, what is this all about? What am I getting involved with? Because as you guys know, the DLA is not a household name. So like the likes of the Airbnbs and the Turos of the world and Amazons of the world. So the DLA, if you guys are new to this content, they are the world's largest customer, and they service the U.S. military as well as other federal agencies. And the DLA spends over $50 billion a year buying products, believe it or not. So this is one of the largest agencies, and the barriers to entry are very, very low for small businesses to get involved. You don't need any certifications. You don't need any, types of, past performance and things of that nature in order to get involved in supporting the warfighter. The DLA procure or does a lot of their procurements through their DLA Internet Bid Board system, which stands for DIBBS. And so for those of you guys who, are new to the DLA, you probably heard a lot, seen other content that's out there floating around the internet about DIBBS. And, it's just that simple, getting your cage code, going through SAM.gov, of course, to get your UEI, then you get a cage code, and then you apply to get an account with DIBBS. It's a little bit of a convoluted process, more convoluted than it was 20 years ago. I'll tell you that. I've talked to a lot of student clients who are still having some contrast as it relates to getting involved with DIBBS, but stay vigilant. For those of you who are, again, new to the GovCon space and are trying to get involved in servicing the world's largest customer through providing products. And again, the DLA buys all types of products for all branches of the U.S. military from, there are about 7 major commands within the DLA that the DLA, is kind of segmented into, and that would be like DLA Aviation, where they're buying aviation components, supplies, and spare parts to support all the rotorcraft as well as fixed wing aircraft. There's DLA Land and Maritime, where they are servicing all land units, from Jeeps and tanks, Humvees. I mean, you name it, they're buying spare parts for those vehicles to keep the warfighter strong. There's DLA Troop Support, where they're buying everything that you can think of that goes on the soldier, from the food that they eat, from the clothes they're on their back, from the weapon systems that they need in order to do their jobs effectively around the world. The DLA is the cog in the chain of supply chain as it relates to getting those products procured and available to the warfighter. And so the DLA is the gatekeeper for that, as well as DLA Energy. DLA Energy is where they buy all the fuel that services all the military assets around the world. The DLA, believe it or not, they also service FEMA. So if you guys are, into supplies where you're doing, readiness or disaster type supplies, the DLA could definitely be a customer for you, because they're buying in bulk those types of components or supplies, I should say, that they will then service FEMA from a global perspective, not only here in the United States. So again, the DLA, they spend over $50 billion a year in order to move the economies of things as it relates to procurement for the U.S. military as well as other federal agencies. And the DLA is very, very extremely small business centric. So I think last year they were on record for spending about 84% of their procurements were earmarked as small business set aside. So 84% of that $50 billion number went to small businesses, like you and I. So the way that you get involved with the DLA is through training. It's through programs like what I offer, as well as other content creators in the space. I highly recommend that you guys consider not trying to figure it out on your own, because you're going to skin your knee. Trust me, I skinned my knee a lot and didn't have a mentor or anything, any types of, there was no YouTube 20 years ago. There was nothing that was available other than, just, my youth and my understanding of just wanting to get involved, and just really understanding what the DLA was all about. It was just a no-brainer for me to get involved at the level that I did. And so now, fast forward 20 years later, you have these fantastic, platforms like the YouTubes of the world, and where you can connect with folks like me and get involved. Again, let's see. I got some folks in here. Good morning. Nice to meet you. I saw you in previous. Okay, great. So good. Okay, we got some of the members communicating with each other. Again, the chat is only closed. It's closed only to members. So you have to be a contributing member to our CMCC family in order to participate and involve yourself with the chat. Okay, it's 11:16. It looks like we have at least 2 folks that are in the chat. So we have 10 concurrent viewers that are in the building. So if you guys are, if we have any other members that are in the building, please just drop a note to say, hey, I'm in the building. Looks like we have QPI and Artemis. You guys are in, so fantastic. We'll be switching to the private chat in a second. I just want to get at least one more paid member, because right now I think we have 22 members that are part of our club. And again, the club is still small enough for you guys to get involved. For those of you who may be considering contributing at the commander level membership level, there should be a link somewhere, maybe on my homepage, where you guys can get involved. And just in case it's not, because I don't know what you guys see, but what I will do is drop in the chat a link where you can join today. And if you go ahead and click the join button that I just put in the chat, you can go ahead and get involved today. This training will go for 2 hours. So it's from 11 a.m. Barring the 15, 16, 18 minutes into it. So I'll be switching over in a second. I just want to get one more member to just let me know they're in the building, so we can have a nice quorum of folks that can really benefit from communicating with me. Looks like Jackie, welcome. You are welcome to Enlisted. You joined the Enlisted, which is the lowest level of the membership that doesn't afford you access to the live stream. So you want to join at the commander level only to have interactions with me via the live stream, where I can literally talk with you one-on-one. I'll have a link that invites you over to our StreamYard, so that you can truly benefit on networking with other members that are new to the DLA, who have either gone through the masterclass or who have not gone through the masterclass. But you'll get to kind of understand what types of companies that are out there. They're trying to kind of figure their lane as to getting involved with the DLA, and leaning on yours truly, the DLA guru, where I can give you guys some pointers to steer you hopefully in the right direction to assist your company in being successful with the DLA. So you want to do that. Okay, cool. So we got Jackie. All right. Looks like we got Jackie, Artemis, and OP and QPI. So we got 3 members in the building. So I will, as promised, be switching over to our members only room. So all those that are not members, you guys will no longer be able to hear my voice in the hollow halls. But don't worry, if you don't have the ability to join us today, feel free to still join, because the video that we're recording today will be placed in the members only archive. And I think this is the 11th stream. So now there will be 11 2-hour videos that are in the members only section for you to go in and receive a lot of that content that's there, a lot of questions, a lot of solicitation deep dives. I think it's very powerful that you'll at least get some real transparent training as it relates to what it's like to be a DLA vendor and how to get involved and be successful with the DLA. So I will now be clicking the edit button here, and let me scroll down. There's just a little switch that I have to switch, and I will now be switching over to our members only section for commander level members only in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let me know if you guys are not seeing. Okay, great. So I guess it is working. All right, so we got Artemis. All right, I see you there. Let me add you to the stage. All right. Hey, what's going on, James? All right. And so, hey, and the way I think it works, so you don't have like the feedback or the reverberation, I think you have to mute YouTube, by the way.
Yep.
If you're in StreamYard for that to work. I think a couple of sessions ago, we had some folks that didn't have the muted. So we had a lot of feedback going on there. But welcome, Artemis. So it looks like the link is working. So
Yep.
great. So for those of you who are still on the YouTube side, if you have the ability to join us on the StreamYard side, just feel free. I pinned the link in the top there. And you can join over. And okay, we got Jackie. All right, we got 2 people there. Fantastic, awesome. Yeah, great. So I'm still kind of building this channel while we fly it. So pardon the dust, and but I think the more we do this, and unfortunately, I only go live twice a month, so I probably don't go live enough to really understand how to make this more effective. But as time goes on, we're going to make this work. And but it looks like we got 2 folks in the building. We got James and Jackie. Welcome. And hey, James, since you were the first to kind of join us, I really appreciate an opportunity to know who you are. If you can kind of do a quick introduction, who you are, what your company name is, what area of the country you're located in, and then why the DLA.
All right. So my name is James. My company, as you can see on the StreamYard, is Artemis Federal Procurement. I just started that company last week. I'm in North Carolina. I'm in a Raleigh, Durham area of North Carolina. And the reason I'm choosing the DLA is because I've been running Amazon and Walmart wholesaling businesses for the past 3 to 4 years. And this seems to pretty much segue seamlessly into just looking at the government as just another customer. So I've done wholesale, I've done drop shipping, I've done all of that. And so what I actually noticed, because I actually signed up for SAI Global, a lot of the people I had access to on my wholesaling side, when I ran through just a few days of running queries on SAI Global, I'm like, I have access to the same product, so why not? So that's why I'm focusing on DIBBS or DLA.
Man, that's music to my ears. Fantastic. So, like you've been in the space, you understand kind of drop ship, how to work with vendors and manufacturers alike. You've done it with some commercial platforms, and now you're kind of focusing on the U.S. government and the U.S. military. And man, you're in for the ride of your life. I tell you, it's going to be pretty cool. And it's great that you have already established relationships with vendors, and so you kind of have the trade lines established and things like that. Because a lot of times that's barriers to entry for a lot of small businesses that want to get involved, and they're like, wait a minute, I got to get the better prices, because it's all, price is king when it comes to government contracting, price and availability. So fantastic, James. I'm glad that you're part of the CMC world, and hopefully a lot of your insight can assist other small businesses that are part of our team as well. So welcome to the family. All right. Hey, Jackie, I see you in the building. And if you want to either, you can turn your camera on, because it's always good to kind of know who we're talking to. Fantastic. Hey, Jackie,
Hey.
my motto is people always do business with people they know, like, and trust. And the best way of doing that is to show up. And fantastic. So welcome to the CMCC members only channel. And Jackie, same with you. If you'd like to introduce who you are, your company, where you're located geographically, and why the DLA.
Sure. Thank you. My name is Jackie Covington. I'm located in the Fort Worth, Texas area. So the Rangers just won the championship.
Yeah.
And I'm currently a federal employee, 2 years left. And then I'm going over into contracting, federal contracting, state, local, nonprofit, faith-based. But I want the DLA to have not done product, always a service with my background in emergency management. So I'm looking to learn and really want to put forth an effort so that I can be able to, my why is to spend more time at home with my mother who is aging. So that's kind of my why and my retirement plan. So I'm learning and digging in, and it's really exciting. Saw a couple of your videos, so I'm really excited to help and share, some things I may know, bring to the table that people are interested in, and also to learn from others. Thank you.
All right, fantastic. Well, thank you for the introduction, Jackie, and a welcome again. And I think you're in the right place. I think a lot of folks who have taken a look at my content and taken, like the master class and things like that, I think it empowers folks to kind of hit the ground running so that you're just not kind of aimlessly bumping your head. As people, when they get to know me, I kind of use the cliches like there are many ways to skin a cat. In some ways, you don't get scratched. And so I try to say that hopefully I've got scratched enough to help you guys not get scratched as much. All right, so fantastic. And Patricia, hey, what's going on, Patricia? Good to see you in the building.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
First try. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so Patricia actually probably needs no introduction. She's been with me since like day one. I think it's a fantastic journey of getting to know Patricia, working with her. Service disabled vet owned company, woman owned business, and she's just killing the game in the space, in my opinion. She's won a couple of DLA contracts and just kind of trying to maneuver and figure out how to just 10x her relationship with vendors and getting more involved. Did I leave anything out, Patricia?
Not Orlando, Florida. That's all you forgot to say. That's it. You got everything else.
Yes, in Orlando, Florida as well. Fantastic. So welcome to the live stream. So without any further ado, I am open to answer any and all questions that you guys may have. So I don't have any kind of pecking order. If you have a solicitation that you're interested in me taking a look at, feel free to drop that in the chat. And let's see, as well as if you have a national stock number that you may be wanting to kind of take a look at and you're wondering what's an angle that I would recommend assessing the national stock number, how to get involved and how to bid it. Even if you have a packaging question, anything that comes to mind as relates to DLA solicitations, feel free to throw it in the chat and we'll take it from there. Cool. Any other questions that you guys may have, specific solicitation? Because I think that's where the most value of these trainings come in, specific solicitations and NSNs, as I'm pretty good at deciphering and translating a lot of that.
I have a general question. I'm trying to set up a system to start researching not only products, but also companies. And like step one, where do I need to go to kind of narrow it down and be a little more strategic in how I advance through. So any suggestions would be helpful. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Jackie, the first thing I would highly recommend is you consider my, masterclass, because the masterclass is, I really had an engineer's mind on it. When you take the masterclass, and Patricia can probably speak to this as well. I don't get into a lot of fluff and trying to sell you dreams that, hey, you can be rich, because it's not a get rich quick scheme. I never want to, because, it's blood, sweat, and tears, but it's like, as long as you are vigilant and you just don't give up and you find your lane, you could be successful with the DLA. So my masterclass really talks about how to hit the ground running using software tools that we use in a methodology and an approach to how we look at vendors, how we do the analysis, look at past performance, and find out if this is a product that I can definitely buy and resell to the DLA. So I recommend it there. And just to answer your question real quick, let me share my screen real quick. And Patricia, if you'd like to chime in and talk a little bit about your experience with our masterclass, that would be fantastic too.
Yes, no, I really like the masterclass, because again, you said, like TV said, it doesn't go through a lot of the fluffs and a lot of his background experience in regards to nothing related to federal contracting, which in other classes normally it's half the time you hear that portion. But also I worked with DLA for almost a year before I was starting to be successful. And some of the stuff that I learned, and then I started changing and doing it a bit different. By the time I started doing the course, I could have saved a lot of time if Kiwi had done this course a year earlier, because it would have reduced my. Because I did trial and error just like Kiwi did, but then when he put the course together, was to try to shorten that span with people. And when I looked at it, I'm like, I wish I had known that on month number 6. I wish I had known that on month number 7, because then I would have just gotten to the point where I got my first award a lot faster. And then, even when I got my first, second, and third award, and I was looking at this, I was a lot of new information that I wasn't aware of, that I wouldn't have learned possibly, on my own. I would have, but maybe it would have taken another year to come to those situations where I could learn from my own experience versus learning from somebody else's.
Cool. Well, thank you, Patricia, for that. I keep saying Trish because I look at the screen, I see it's short as Trish. I'm like, oh, Trish. But yeah. So Jackie, and thank you for that. And to her point, again, there are many ways of going about it. For example, Patricia does not utilize SCI Global. There's another third-party software provider that she uses in order to help her with her business that she found more favorable. My masterclass teaches about SCI Global because that's what we use internally. And it's just a tool that I just think is just fantastic. Now, the masterclass is going to kind of show you how we utilize this tool in conjunction with DIBBS in order to do exactly what you asked, Jackie, where you can go in. Again, this is just kind of the login screen. Once you log in, you'll have access to the software by the name of Logicom and then Opportunity Manager. And so let's say, Jackie, you're a federal employee now. I'm not sure exactly what side of the coin. Are you on the DoD side, or more just the commercial side of federal government?
Homeland Security.
Homeland Security. Okay, so yeah, you're touching a little bit of both in that regard. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking at. I'm being nosy. I am I'm an engineer by trade, by the way, to Kiwi, and so I'm using another particular piece of software, and I'm just going through looking at some of the things you want, and I'm like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
One thing I did notice, and this is kind of gives maybe Jackie as well, I guess positive vibes on it, is that I'm noticing that like a lot of the, how when you win a contract, it actually publishes how many people actually bid on it, or I don't know if they show you that. I'm noticing that a lot of them really have a low bid amount, meaning that only maybe 2 or 3 people, or maybe on one contract 6 people bid versus, and I guess in my mind, given I'm coming from an Amazon and Walmart, standpoint, where there's like a lot of vendors going for the same product. Here, I'm like, okay, that's only 5 people that bid for this. It's like, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and that's because the DLA is not a household name. That's why. And it just blows my mind that it's been the same way for 20 years. Like, it blows my mind, So, I just thought it'd be a good opportunity to just spread the word a little bit. I'm not going to live forever. I wish I would, but I'm not. And, in touching people's lives, man, like, who would have thought, last year, this time, that I would be sitting down talking to Patricia and you and Jackie, and just kind of, shedding some light on this great opportunity that the DLA just does not talk about. I used to think to myself that either it's by design, that the DLA is just kind of quiet. I wasn't sure if they're kind of getting pissed off at me talking too much about it. But I still think that there are a lot of benefits to increasing the supplier base for the DLA. Why the DLA hasn't reached out to me and done more with my channel and me, I just, I scratch my head as to why not. I'm thinking this should be great. They should want to put a contract in my hand to keep, to grow this thing bigger than what it is. But it could just also be just the nature of the federal government and the U.S. military. Because part of me thinks like if the word gets out that the DLA is buying a lot of gas masks, for example, right? And they're like, wow, there's this uptick in gas masks. Something's getting ready to go down, and that could be a kind of anti, campaign, so maybe they want to kind of keep it as hush hush as possible. that's just an insight that I have personally as one engineer to another. You just kind of think it through, like, why? Because I'm not getting any feedback from the DLA or the federal government for that matter. So we just kind of keep, doing what we're doing. But
I talked to them about it, and not just being very general. And their concern is that a lot of people that pass the word about DLA also are participants on the bids. So they don't want to show they're giving favoritism to one or another. So that's why for them, the easy button is to channel it through the PTAX or Apex. Because they're very, very, like when I said, hey, could you do a warm introduction to such and such? It's like, well, definitely I can give you the contact. And they're very careful about not showing that they're influencing any outcome one way or the other for any bids. And, it's just sometimes a little too much, but I can see their point.
Yeah. And James, to your point, I just put it up on the screen there. And yeah, that is the award that I was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think I lost my screen. Where were we? Yeah. Okay. That's cool. I didn't realize that was a DLA because I saw Minesweeping. I'm like, what? But that makes sense.
Yeah, man. Yeah. We were really geeked about this contract. Awesome award. Yeah.
Can you talk about it, or is this?
Well, yeah,
too
I
much?
mean, it's still in development. it's being built now, so
Okay.
This is, one where, my engineering prowess kind of got involved with this, and we found a manufacturer to assist us when we're building these components. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't as, we got traceability. We had to kind of go back and forth with the DLA a little bit. They negotiated with us, the pricing. Sometimes you'll come back and say, hey, we need the price to be this. Can you do this? So yeah, we can't do this, but we can do that. It was kind of one of those things. And then they issued the award. We were like, wow, we got the award. It's pretty cool. And then from there, you look to kind of, grow it beyond that, man. Like there's this, as one engineer to another, there's the whole, source approval request, the SAR. And we got like 1 minute for today's session. But, the more we talk shop, we'll start to kind of, share stories and things like that to hopefully inspire. But yeah, man, pretty cool contract. Yeah.
Okay. Congrats. I was just poking around. I was just like, oh, this must be the one, but let me ask.
Yeah. Please don't forget to check out my suite of highly effective DLA MasterClasses. 8 steps to successful federal supply contract bid submissions to the DLA. This is my pre-award Flagship MasterClass, which provides a balanced approach to virtual education and is designed for both beginners and seasoned companies alike, with proven techniques on the best way to position your organization to being successful with winning federal supply contracts with the DLA. 4 steps to general post-award processes to successfully complete supply contracts with the DLA. This is considered my post-award advanced masterclass, which is part 2 of my flagship masterclass, which is designed to answer the question, what do I do now? After you successfully won a federal supply contract with the DLA. And last but not least, 4 steps to fast-track enhanced JCP certification for controlled technical documents. This is also an advanced masterclass that will get you fast-tracked to achieve enhanced joint certification or EJCP approval within 7 to 10 business days. If your business is interested in manufacturing products for the DLA, you'll need EJCP approval to gain access to export-controlled engineering drawings and associated technical documents. My complete suite of DLA masterclasses contains more than 7 hours worth of content, along with proprietary and recommended software tools that are designed to empower you for success with the DLA. Check out the links provided in the description below to learn more today. In addition to my available suite of DLA masterclasses, I also provide training with the use of recommended software tools to give you the winning edge on being successful in scaling your business with the DLA. SAI Global's Logicom and Opportunity Manager online software tools are designed to assist you with managing DLA solicitations, researching both national stock numbers and manufacturers, including providing advanced past award information right at your fingertips to give you the intel that you'll need to win with the DLA. The NMS Part Pricing Tool version 2.0 is a proprietary cloud-based software tool that is designed to give you the winning edge in both pricing your product bids and storing your product pricing data across your enterprise. As a bonus, you'll also receive the NMS data mining and RFQ sheet tool as showcased in my Flagship Masterclass. Check out the links provided in the description below to learn more today.
Thanks again for watching, and for tuning in to this exciting announcement. I'm Parker Winslow, signing out.